Hmm. Yeah, I can't tell you how many people like to show off their middle finger at me. It's amazing. I just walk down the street and it's important to them. Have to show me their middle finger. Well, in my day, I don't ask you to believe it, but you can Google turnafrownaround.org. Anything that says Drew Horn or Drewy, my stage name. And anyhow, so done shows, many actually, and I'd go on stage like that. Say, I was driving here, and all these people just gotta roll their window down, beat their horn, and what I got doodle. And I said, sorry I came on stage, I'd say it like that. I was rude. But I want to tell you, every one of us, and most of my shows were with my peers of either mental illness or nursing homes, jails, Second America. The ones that weren't able to be fit in the capitalistic, which the whole economy, the entire free trade economy through nations that does that. So America is one big pot of that. It is a pyramid scheme. It's set up so that some get rich and control the rest. He who owns the gold makes the rules. Thus, there is a third of America that the 1 million, the 100 million that can't fit in, they're compromised for some reason. Anyhow, so my shows were about that and getting people that have nobody dying alone in a nursing home, not hospice. No one visits them. Stagnant water stinks. It only becomes good when fresh water comes in consistently. And a magic happens because I don't really get that. That just means, I guess, goodness overpowers. I don't know how that, some scientists would have to explain that. But it is true. So, you want to die alone in a nursing home? Water the state. Everything smells a little like a sambahoka de getako. No one visits you. I mean, even familiarity breeds contempt among people that you think we're getting along. Cabin fever, ha ha ha. The Shining. It's Johnny. Thank you, Jack Nicholson, for that Walt Disney G-rated moment of life. Oh. He did influence me a lot, Jack Nicholson. So, whatever that's worth, I mean that. I wouldn't say it if I didn't. I felt I wanted to say it. So, my point is not F you, be you. Be you. Be you. Go ahead. You're going to die anyway. But remember, kindness can swing its leg any which way it wants as long as it doesn't hit somebody in the balls. Get it? Freedom has to say, wait a minute, you first. This is society. The way of the jungle is survival of the fittest, eat or be eaten. It's but the goodness of all religions says, no, go against that grain. Sacrifice. Mother Teresa coming from affluence and going, no way, taking a vow of poverty. I mean, that is the extreme hourglass, but like everyone should do some of that. Jesus said to these rich religious people, or this person, I don't know who it was, but came, said, what I got to do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus looked at the rich guy, like he's probably a guy who's like upper middle class, we'll say. Okay, like real stable, loved, all that. And, well respected, and probably a great guy too. What I could do, because he had a heart, you could tell him. And I just want to make sure I'm really, really right with God. Oh, well, Jesus, just, we can dumb this down. You should Google it. It's in the Gospels. I don't know, one of those 4 books. My great-grandfather was a rabbi, and people get offended when I tell them that my number one hobby is religion. Anyhow. Jesus said, listen, you upper, like groovy guy. You want to inherit eternal life? Yeah. Okay. Well, everything you own, sell it and give it all the money to the poor. Number 2, now that you have nothing, come and help me help the poor. And number 3, that is against the grain. The escalator is going down, 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 down. And then the gods say, well, if you want to inherit eternal life, you before me, you before me. Oh, no, the way of the golden calf, the way of selfishness, the way of fame and fortune and power ultimately, and military power and all that, the cancers of society. But it is a survival of the fittest, and that is the way it always is. And then the gods go, well, that's true, but if you want to inherit an eternal life as a follower of Muhammad, or Jesus, or the Torah and the Haftorah for the Jews, and all the Hindu scripts, and Krishna, and on and on, and on and on, and the atheists. I want to tell you something. I believe in the God of the Tower of Babel, and I believe God created atheists. I think everything God created, and that's why it's the Tower of Babel. But if there is an element of free will, we'll just leave it there because I don't believe it, but let's say there is. The only thing God knows that everyone has a different DNA, different. They can find a murderer from 150 years ago because they pick up some kind of cockamamie that he touched a boogazamoo that went to the Kinko Mamos. They and the guy really did it. He's dead, but it's like, man. And just to think I got away with using my mother's strainer, so when I would get an ounce of weed for $40, yes, $40. I could use that strainer and get rid of all those seeds, and well, I kept the seeds, I had some form of entrepreneur thing going on way in the back of my head. But the stems and, whatever, I was pretty calculating. My mother was much smarter than me, and I didn't want to get busted. Oh, Moose, cut my hair. I don't want to get busted. I seen a police car. My review mirror. My point is, I almost did get busted. $40 an ounce, and straining. I don't know why I brought that up. But remember, if you feel real envious, jealous, you gotta let it go. It's an old saying, I don't know where it came from. But like, you're always looking at the other guy and going, wow, how did he get it? Or who does he or she know? And so farmers used to always say, because your eyesight can't see that far, the grass is always greener when you're smoking it, ladies and gentlemen. You are all who we are to be. You're gonna die. But the gods are judging on the high road or low road. Did you go when the escalator went going down, 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 going down, 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 down? And you just said, oh, I got love. I took a vow of poverty like Mother Teresa of some sort. No, I sold no, I gotta think about others. You before me, you before me. I did something silly one time. And I said I was going to run for political office. And I was not running for freeholder, I was running for free hugger. Gave out campaign things. It was a lot of fun. But an adjunct of that is I decided to start my own political party. And yes, the whole essence of that political party was after you. No, you first. No, I insist. No. You before me. Please. You before me. Get it? So why don't you visit a grandma or grandpa that's dying alone in a nursing home? And we're going to fill you in with details. There'll be another video. Bing, ba, 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 bing, ba.